Welcome to my channel, Lindsay Harris's Flat Earth. We're going to talk about the realm we live in a little bit more today, and this is basically it. When I first set out on all this stuff, I was reading Plato's dialogues, and one of the things that stuck in my mind, one of the first things I realised back then, well, not sure if I realised anything, but it just stuck with me, was the ultimate geometrical design is the triangle. And I didn't know exactly what it meant, but I just got this intuition that it was the ultimate, and somewhere in there is the secrets. And so that was about 2 or 3 years ago. So I've now come to the point and realised how everything is working now with our flat earth model. And it's based on this system. It has 2 triangles. Everything in our realm is based on a duality, but involves a trinity, because the trinity is the hidden numbers, the sacred geometry, the non-physical numbers. So everything's a duality in our physical understanding of the world, but the third entity is the secret. Once you understand the secret, you start to understand the whole realm. Now, looking down on flat earth, is the duality of that and that coming together. There's 2 systems coming together, and then you have, but the opposite is the tropics in there and there. So there's those 2 is one, there's the second. These magnetic fields travel to the tropics, lowest pressure medium. They go to the tropics and then pass down through the earth. It keeps the cycle going. And then you have the above earth, which is positive, and below earth is negative. So you look at this and you go positive, negative. And in our world, that's earth, right? But then also there's fractals of, like you break it all down, like an atom, you break it down into electrons and protons, and then you get into muons and bosons and all that sort of stuff. But overall, here's the system. We'd have earth there. So there, now we have 2. So then you break these 2 down. So we're on earth, and we now have a dual system. Above earth, down here, there must be a dual system as well. Right? So you stop and think about it. Here we have the negative field coming up, and this is like a ring magnet, right? Earth is like a ring magnet. That's the choke point. All the magnetic fields will converge in here, get squeezed in there. So they come up, negative come up, they come up here through there. The field from above, positive, gets squeezed through here. Bammo, this is where we have our sun. And then our whole celestial system is all in there, and it's all amplified out. I won't go right into that, and check out some earlier videos. So that's our realm above earth. And you come below earth, so that's our physical realm. Okay, everything's going on up there. Earth comes down like this. This comes out to the equator. That's the Polaris rotation, you think about it. So you've got a northern rotation, and then you have a southern rotation. But it's all coming out of here. You've got one view up that way, you've got one view coming back onto a firmament. It's curved. So when you see everything coming out of here, you see it coming around from the east, but it's basically curving in this dome. That's what happens in a dome system. So we get the two rotations, and they're opposites. They converge. They both converge, but but looking at them, they're opposites. But as a whole, they're going together like this. Now, so there's our physical realm. So down here, even though it's still Earth, probably goes like that, we have the non-physical. And you've read the stuff like the Egyptian stuff, Thoth and all that, and emerald tablets and stuff. They talk about Amente and all that. Well, down here is the non-physical. We live up here as the physical beings. Down here is the non-physical. So it's like a holding bay down here before it becomes physical, I think. But down here, you might have seen videos of orbs in caves and that. I noticed them in a video I was watching regarding the pyramids and what's it called? It slipped my mind. The chocolate I can't think. Yugoslavia, what's it called? Whatever. Anyway, and I recently went to Egypt, and I'm taking videos and filming that inside the tunnel as we you walk up to the inside the great pyramid of Khufu, and the camera wasn't picking up anything, video or photographs. But when I pulled my phone out, I started filming, and there's all these orbs. But just before we go up the shaft, there's the female's chamber down there. So you go down the stairs. We weren't allowed to go down there. Just so you go up a few stairs and start heading up the main corridor. And all these orbs were just flowing from down below up. I showed a few people. I've tried to put it online, but I'm still trying to find it again. There's so many photos and stuff. And yet when I went back later on that day, there was nothing. So I went back another day, twice, and still nothing. So some people like to say, oh, it's just dust. Yeah, well, what did they do? The vacuuming after I'd filmed it or what? So there's something going on down here. There's non-physical, a holding bay down here. And we know there's plenty of caves. It's in that tropic region. Just outside the tropic region, 30 degrees around here. That's where the deserts and all that are. Egypt, etc. And then you've got the sarcophagi, those massive 100-ton granite sarcophagus with nothing in. They'll slide the lids open, there'll be nothing in there. They never found a king inside them. There's even some still submerged in water. They slid their lids on. And one story is there's some in electrified water, because there's energy coming out of these pyramids, because they know the system, positive, negative, and they're sitting on this border here. There's something going on there, some electrical system. So where was I going? So this is negative realm down here, physical realm up here. I think I've gone through that enough. But these numbers, 3, 6 and 9. So 9, the hidden numbers, 9 being centre. So centre, we do not see what's coming, we do not see what's in the centre. We don't see where creation is. It's singularity. It's what science knows about, but they don't know where it is, or they can't figure it out. It's all back there in the centre. It's hidden. It'll all shrink back to probably an apple or less. So we do not see it. But we see the projection. We're seeing all the projection. Look up in the night sky. There's the Milky Way. The sun's sitting in the Milky Way. And it's all in the centre there. It's sitting vertically in here. The Milky Way sits vertically in here. but Polaris is the sun. Just as the sun is here, is Sigma Octantis. We see that Milky Way curve in the night sky because it's going around inside a dome. One end of it will always be from the north though. It appears that like it'll come up from the east, but that end is basically the north. Remember, it's all reflected, and when it's up in the night sky, you'll trace it back to the north as the sun, as the southern end curves around. Forget which way it curves around over the night before it heads back that way. But you've got to realise that it's turning in here. The sun is there on one face, and it's obviously at the back here, and it's just turning slowly. As that turns, it's turning at the same pace as the magnetic fields out here move. Everything is moving together. There's only one system moving everything. So this light isn't moving by itself in the magnetic field. The magnetic field is not moving the light, but the light is moving with the magnetic field. You know what I mean? So the reflection is turning out here in the night sky. And if you haven't seen some of my earlier videos, you get to understand, or try to, that this rotation is always moving west. So it works. This doesn't move anywhere, it just stays there turning, but you won't get... The obvious sign is you don't see a full 360 or 180, because you're only seeing half the night, right, on our sky. You won't see a star do a 180 degree move because of this turning and that rotation turning. So they're always coming in and going out. So there we have 9. 6, you think, well, humans have 5 senses. Sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch. But there's a 6th, but we don't know. We don't use it. The 6 is up here. We all sense things. That's the 6th sense. The hidden number. That's an obvious one. And 3, like I said earlier, there's everything in our world is a duality, but there's also a third entity. The spiritual side. The side you don't know about. What's an example? Did I speak of one earlier? Yeah, Trinity. Well, one example is what I've just done in the video. You've got the solar eclipses. You've got the mother and the father. That's the moon and the sun. And then you've got the sun, S-O-N. That's the hidden identity. That's the third, the Trinity in the set. And that's the hidden planet we don't talk about. And then there's the like the religious one. You've got the Father, the Mother, and the Holy Ghost. So the Father and Mother once again is the Sun and the Moon, and the Holy Ghost is the secret that sort of moves things to enlighten a human being. It's the godly thing. There's plenty, I just can't think of them right now. But trust me, there is. You've got, well, I don't know if that's one of them, but you got magnetism and the magnetic field and the electrical field. Then you have electromagnetism. You don't exactly see there, but there's a few. Okay, so 369, sacred geometry, the hidden numbers. Tesla spoke about. And I've shown a bit of it in earlier videos with how I worked out the moon and the cycle of the moon and everything. So, and I recommend that people look, see this, I was going to do a video, expand a bit on this, but then I came across this. And it's a video called Akashic Records, the Unlimited Knowledge of the Universe. That's worth looking into. you get the feel of the whole situation here. Akashic records the unlimited knowledge of the universe. I think the site's called Universe Inside You, and it's about 7 months old, that video. And it's all about the knowledge one gains when they've been enlightened, the human beings, and what religion's all about, the kings in Egypt and all that. And this knowledge is basically written as like the 10 Commandments, isn't it? Moses had the 10 Commandments, tablets, right? Well, this is all connected. The knowledge is in there. But in the Sumerian king and that, they had they got the bags. They carry the little bags, handbags. People have no idea what they are, but they represent the tablets. Like that band is basically the rope with tying the tablets together. You have tablets. Remember, like Flintstones, the books tied with a rope, that sort of thing. Band. Those little handbags represent the knowledge, the records. They are the wise ones. They are the kings. That's why they're carrying them. It's another representation of the Uraeus, protection. It's different, but you're protected once this happened. It represents protection, but really means he's gained this knowledge. He's now protected. He is a king. The Ankh represents that divine moment as well. But it's all representing a divine moment in time. But you just need to understand the realm we're in. It's just like a torus field, magnetic field. There is a tree of life in here because the tree represents all the celestial bodies, and it's this shape, isn't it? It's like a tree. Call that, that's the Polaris rotation, and there's the roots. But basically you've got the negative field coming up, the positive field coming in, and the sun. But it's a tree. All the celestial bodies are in there. Don't eat from the tree of life. When really, in fact, he's hoping you will. That was the goal of life. Eating from the tree of life. Because in the tree of life is up there as the moon. And it's all to do with the magnetic field of the moon and the magnetic field of the earth. And the snake, serpent, representing the magnetic field of the earth. Along the earth it goes. But at the right time, right frequency, what does it do? It comes up. The head of the serpent. Play the right fiddle, right tune. It'll come up. It's the same at a divine time in September. The right tune. The Earth's equal. Magnetic field's at its maximum at 3 to 3:30 in the morning. You get a full moon. That's the Trinity. September, full moon, and 3 and 3:30 in the morning. A man gets an awakening. That's the divine story, the Jesus story, and what all the Egyptians have left us. Ancient Egyptians. The whole story. It's the meaning to life. So there's the tree. And there is the tree because it's the magnetic field. You've got it going down this way, like this. Down this way and back up that way. Right? It's just the way it is. And then you have an opposite. There's always a dual system. Dual action. It goes negative in here. Come out. So you still get a flow going that way and that way. It doesn't all go in there. But that's the crunch point of the sun. So getting this flow continuously going down, negative, and it's when it comes out of the ice. It changes. And the opposing force is shooting back down this way. It creates the suction. They're coming up and going in. Pressures build up. Bang. That's all I have off the top of my head. Thanks for watching.